Yeah, I think we're on. All right. Here I am again today with another video. Hopefully to inspire some lost souls and of course to help me grow. Now, we all suffer with depression. I don't say we all suffer with depression, but a lot of us in this world do. Or at least we come to terms with it and we accept it for what it is. And anyways, um, I'd like to take I'd like to make this video about one word. And that word, my friends, is greed. We all understand what greed means. And if you don't, here's a briefing. From the Wikipedia, we have greed or avarice is an inordinate or insatiable longing for the unneeded excess, especially for excess wealth, excess status, excess power, and excess food. It is a desire to acquire or possess more than one's needs. The Merriam-Webster shows greed a selfish and excessive desire for more of something such as power, status, food, wealth, than what is needed, of course. Now that we have that understanding of what we have turned greed into, let's better understand this. Because greed and selfish, they run neck and neck. With all that being said, I'd like to give my understanding of what greed and selfish mean to me. It's a bit different from what we have been taught. I understand the way it has been taught is a twisted version of what greed actually is. What if I said greed is actually a good thing? How would you respond? Would you be able to accept this newfound definition, or will you continue to deny with what has been taught? It's a matter of choice. I will say over and over, this is not for everyone. I like to say this message I give is only for those who are truly searching for their greatness, like this road of my greatness. These people will accept this message and the rest will deny. But that's okay. Now back to my understanding of greed. Who all agrees that greed is an act of selfishness? Selfishness is the act of someone who is out for themselves. Overall, greed and selfish are words we use to demonstrate an individual who cares only for themselves and is out for only themselves. I contest that understanding. Listen closely. Let's pretend I'm a greedy person, okay? Now, how I have attained this label is through taking from others to gain my own wealth, my own food, my own status, and my own power. Through this gain, I have created resentment from ones I stole, which ultimately creates enemies. Enemies are there to take back theirs. That is called war. You say, what is your point, Andrew? Well, my point is that if I am being greedy, and through that greed I have created a state of selfishness, I ask again, how am I being selfish through the act of looking out for myself if I am constantly looking over my shoulder because of the many enemies I have created? How am I being greedy? If I am constantly causing negativity, then I am constantly receiving negativity, vice versa. I understand looking out for myself is looking out for many people who live this experience. There is not one but many people who live in this world. It's being there for others instead of taking from others. I'm always selfish by helping others and understanding that helping someone is giving. And in return, I shall be giving unto, like the Bible says. Giving is positivity. Let's see, what? Giving positivity is gaining positivity. That's me truly looking out for myself. So start truly being greedy. We have a lot of people in this world that deserve an awesome experience. We all matter. So let's bring the true meaning of selfishness and give to each other the positivity we would like to in return. What's that expression? We are what we eat. This is a prime example of that. Now, that was what I wrote down. That's there to help me get started, because it's hard to just remember everything in your mind. You've got to constantly write it down. You've got to constantly find a way to bring it into your reality instead of just locking it away in your head. Yeah, it may be good for you, but it's not going to benefit others that are out there looking for the same answers you're looking for. And it's not that we have to look for these answers, because these answers have been given to us. They've been there since day one. You know, we can twist words all we want. We can choose to forget about what these words actually mean and get lost in what they don't mean. Or we can choose to remember what has been taught to us in the beginning. And it's not really taught, but it's what was told of who we are. Now, greed, the way we use it, you don't want to be a greedy person. You don't want to be selfish. But there's a better understanding to that, and I believe that through this dialogue, or whatever you want to call it, that greed can be something good. It's all a matter of choice. It's all a matter of how you want to use it. You can use it to demonstrate what's bad, and you can use it to demonstrate what's good. I believe what's good is what truth is. So I'm taking this understanding of greed and I'm trying to figure the truth of it, the good side of it, instead of losing my mind in what the bad, what evil it can bring. Because just like I've said before, there's two different types of people in this world. Ones who are out to murder and ones who are out to revive. Now, ones who are out to murder is going to use a word of greed as something as their own personal gain, how they understand living life. They're gonna use greed as a way of kill or be killed. But that's not greed, man. If you're constantly looking over your shoulder and worrying about your life, then how are you being greedy? How can you be greedy in that sense? You can't be. The only way someone can truly be greedy is through giving. You say, what do you mean? When we look out for ourselves, when we truly look out for ourselves, then we're not worrying about someone coming around the corner to put a bullet in our brain. We're not worrying about someone coming around the corner to steal every possession that I've ever owned. We're not worrying about how am I going to make it from day to day. Being selfish to me is being greedy. But I'm going to use it in the good terms. I'm going to use it. I can only understand it from, I understand it from both angles. Don't get me wrong. You can see here that I understand it from both angles. I'm explaining it from both angles. But I can only understand one of those angles to be the actual truth of what greed and selfishness actually is. I can go on and repeat myself over and over and over about this. And that's constantly what we do on a daily basis. If you live life, this experience, if this experience shows us to work, eat, play. If you're constantly doing these things on a daily basis, then you're constantly repeating yourselves. Repetition is something that you do. What is that? There's a disorder that people have where they may go into a bathroom, use the restroom like they're supposed to, and then sit there and they flush the toilet, but once isn't enough. They've got to flush it 2 more times. That's that repetition. That's these people. And if you see yourself any different than that, you're wrong. I mean, how much difference can you really be if you're constantly doing the same things on a daily basis just as they are? You also have that disorder. We all do. I'm not going to deny it. That would be like me denying who I truly am. And in this experience, that's who I am. I repeat. I go to sleep. I wake up. I go to sleep. I wake up. Repetition. It's everywhere. It's our lives. It's there to show us a bigger picture. And that's how I see this experience. This experience to me is there to show me who I am through who I'm not. That means I have the ability to be somebody I'm not so I can better understand who I am through that experience. And say, what do you mean? Well, how can you understand who you are? Let's put it this way. How can you know who you are if you don't understand who you're not? You can't. You have to be able to put yourself in shoes of someone you're not in order to look back to see who you are. Now, my message, I don't consider it to be very complicated, but it might be for some. And for some, it may be very, very simple. But that is my audience. The ones that take this message as something as, wow, I'm only out to make my life better. And I understand that the only way I can make my life better is to make others' lives around me better. For example, I'm a mob boss. And the way that I've obtained this was I've had to murder people. And I'm constantly looking over my shoulder because of the things that I've done. Oh, man. That's no way to live. That right there shows me exactly what death is. That right there is putting myself in shoes to be able to look back at who I am. Truly. Because that mob boss is not who I am. I can't go out there and murder people. I'm a medic, all right? I carry a syringe and a medi pouch. I'm here to bandage. I'm here to give you more life. This quest of one's own true identity is my quest. It's not for everyone. You know, this is not something that I was born and all of a sudden I wanted to do. No, this didn't come until I turned almost 30 years old. You know, so I've walked in those shoes. I've been that person that I'm not. And yes, I've had a good time. I've had plenty of friends. I've had good family. But the thing is, there's things that happen the older you get that show you signs of just a person that you don't really want to be. You know, that greatness, that inner being of who we are screams louder in a room full of loud people. Like, hold on, these are my own words. This is something that I said. I'm going to get it right, though. Who I am screams louder. Who I am screams out loud. Wow, how did that go, man? I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, people. But who I am screams louder in a room full of loud people than out loud in a room full of silent people. Now, how do you take that? How do I understand that? Well, I'm going to leave that up to you guys because it's a mystery. I want this dialogue to be a multiple types of things. I mean, mystery is one of them. You know, so if you can decode that, you're set. Now, I think that I'm going to conclude this message for today. Enough philosophy for one day. You know, philosophy for some may just be philosophy for me. You know, I look at this as this is how I cope with reality. This will help me better accept who I'm not so I can gain who I am. Because acceptance is key. I mean, look at the war. Wars are because we do not accept others. And I'm not saying accept what is... Actually, yeah, that's what I am saying. We kind of have to accept those types of things. I mean, you don't have to. It's a choice. But anyways, for another message, if this message hits you in any way, hit that like button. Leave a comment below. Tell me where I'm wrong. I understand that I'm going to have two different types of people in my message board. You know, ones who are out with negativity and ones who are out with positivity. And that's how it's meant to be. That's how this experience works. It's for us to better build a better character. And that's exactly what this experience on YouTube is for me, to help me build a better character. I've been lost. I've been found. And through that finding, I understand that there are plenty of people in this world that also want to be found. So hit that like button, subscribe, help me help you. I'm going to try to be here on a daily basis, give a good message. Some of them might be a little lengthy, some of them might be short. I'm going to work with my video quality. Some of my sound hasn't been working right. I'm going to get better with that. If you see anything, please leave a comment below and help me build this YouTube channel the way that we all want it to be built. Not just the way I want it to be built. Because this is teamwork. It's me and you versus the world. It's not the world versus us. When you say, how can that be? It's both ways. Well, me and you is what matters. We make this world what it is. This world don't make us. So, like, share, subscribe, comment below, hate on me, love me, whatever you want to do. Both ways lead to success. So the more negativity, the more positivity I get, the more successful I'm going to be able to be on this YouTube channel. And not only me, but the more successful the people are going to be as a whole. So, like, share, subscribe, follow me, and, you know, peace, love, something that we've got to get used to. It's part of that acceptance. You know, if you're going to accept the evil side of life, then you might as well accept the good side of life. You know, they coincide with each other. So, yeah, just let's just try to be what truly means to be greedy, instead of getting lost in something that we're not. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for your time.